Hi everyone, my name is Mateus, and today we're going to talk about video games. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, has denied Sony's request to quash a subpoena from Microsoft requesting that Sony disclose confidential documents. Microsoft had served Sony with the subpoena as part of its defense-building process ahead of an FTC lawsuit regarding its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Sony had attempted to limit or quash the subpoena, arguing that some requests were irrelevant to the case or too expensive and time-consuming to comply with. However, the FTC rejected most of Sony's arguments, including its request to produce a copy of every content licensing agreement it has entered into with any third-party publisher since 2012. Microsoft had argued that since the Activision Blizzard acquisition case revolves around whether gaining access to its intellectual property could result in Xbox-exclusive titles that could negatively impact competition, it was crucial to understand the full extent of Sony's own exclusivity deals and their effect on industry competitiveness. The FTC agreed with Microsoft and denied Sony's request to quash the subpoena for copies of third-party licensing agreements. However, the FTC did grant Sony's request to limit the date range of documents being requested to only those from January 1, 2019, to the present date. Additionally, the FTC rejected Sony's request to exclude files handled by certain Sony staff members who primarily communicate in Japanese, stating that Sony had failed to persuasively explain why searching for and producing these files presents an undue burden. The FTC's decision comes after it announced plans to sue Microsoft in December 2021 to stop its $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The regulator argues that the acquisition would enable Microsoft to suppress competitors to its Xbox console, subscription content, and cloud gaming business. Sony has expressed concerns that the deal could significantly reduce PlayStation's ability to compete, given that it would see Microsoft gain ownership of the Call of Duty series, which Sony has called irreplaceable. In a bid to address regulatory concerns, Microsoft recently said it had offered Sony a 10-year, legally enforceable contract to make each new Call of Duty game available on PlayStation the same day it comes to Xbox. However, the FTC said in January that there had been no substantive settlement talks with Microsoft over the proposed acquisition. If the case goes to trial, it will be judged during hearings set to take place in August 2023. Nintendo has revealed a new bundle to celebrate Mario Day on March 10th. The bundle includes a Nintendo Switch console with red Joy-Con controllers and a digital voucher for one of 3 Mario games for Switch: Super Mario Odyssey, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The bundle also comes with Super Mario Bros. Movie-themed stickers. This new bundle will be available for purchase at select retailers starting on March 10th for $300. The inclusion of the Mario Red Joy-Con controllers is particularly exciting for fans of the series, as these are not sold separately. The console included in the bundle is the standard Nintendo Switch console, not the recently released OLED version. The Mario Day bundle is a good deal for anyone who has been considering purchasing a Nintendo Switch. Nintendo does not often offer discounts or bundle deals on its products outside of Black Friday, and even then, they are typically limited to specific games. This bundle provides an opportunity to purchase a Switch console with some Mario games and accessories included. In addition to the bundle, major retailers will be offering deals on Switch exclusives such as Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Mario Party Superstars, and Super Mario Maker 2 for up to $20 off from March 5th to 11th. The Switch eShop will also offer discounts on select games such as Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Yoshi's Crafted World, and Luigi's Mansion 3. It is important to note that Switch bundle deals tend to sell out quickly, so interested buyers should act fast once the bundle becomes available on March 10th. The Super Mario Bros. Movie, which the bundle is themed around, will be released in theaters on April 5th and is expected to be a major success. Yuji Naka, co-creator of the Sonic the Hedgehog series, has admitted guilt in an insider trading scheme at Square Enix. Naka has been standing trial at the Tokyo District Court after being arrested in November 2022 for allegedly buying approximately 10,000 shares of aiming stock worth around 2.8 million yen, $20,000, before the official announcement of the new Dragon Quest mobile game called Dragon Quest Tact. He then intended to sell the shares once the game was announced and aiming stock value increased. Naka was arrested again in December for allegedly carrying out similar insider trading after learning confidential information that Square was planning to make Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier with mobile developer A-Team Entertainment. The prosecutor's opening statement claimed that Naka accessed a website containing materials and minutes of investment meetings and learned of the existence of the joint development of the new Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest games. It is claimed that, armed with this knowledge, he then bought 130,000 shares, earning a profit of over 20 million yen, $146,000, upon their sale. Naka has admitted his guilt and stated that there is no doubt that he found out about the games before they were made public and bought shares in them. Square Enix has been fully cooperating with the investigation since the arrests of former Square employees Taisuke Sasaki and Fumiaki Suzuki, who were also accused of being involved. The Final Fantasy publisher has committed to working with authorities on the matter and released a statement stating that they deeply regret the great concern this has caused to all concerned. They have dealt with this incident strictly, including internal disciplinary actions taken against the suspected employees. Naka helmed the critical failure Balan Wonderland before his departure from Square Enix in 2021. Development on the game went so poorly that Naka later sued Square Enix, claiming he was removed from the project 6 months before release. Capcom has announced that it will be holding a digital showcase on March 9th, to reveal its lineup for the year. The event will begin at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time 10:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, with a pre-show starting 20 minutes earlier. The stream will focus on confirmed upcoming games, including Resident Evil 4, Monster Hunter Rise Sunrise, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, EXCLUSIVITY, and Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is set to release on March 24th, is likely to be the main focus of the stream. Capcom has previously confirmed that the game's VR mode is in active development, and players may get an update on its progress. Capcom has also recently confirmed that a special demo of Resident Evil 4 will be released soon, and players are hoping to get more information about it during the stream. EXCLUSIVITY, a dinosaur shooter with a 2023 release window, is another title that may receive more information during the showcase. Players are also hopeful for an announcement about the Sunrise expansion for Monster Hunter Rise, which launched earlier this year on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. However, Capcom has not included some notable titles in the list of subjects for the upcoming spotlight, including Street Fighter VI and Dragon's Dogma 2. Capcom may save other big announcements for events such as the E3 season. The stream is expected to last about 26 minutes and will be available to watch on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Capcom has encouraged fans to tune in to find out what the company has in store for 2023. Square Enix's president and representative director Yosuke Matsuda is stepping down from his role later this year, after a decade of leading the Final Fantasy publisher. Matsuda will be replaced by Takashi Kiryu, who joined the company in June 2020 as the general manager for the corporate planning division at Square Enix Holdings and is currently the director of the holdings company. The change in leadership is intended to reshape the management team in the face of a rapidly changing business environment. According to a statement to investors, the proposed changes need to be approved at this year's annual shareholder meetings, which will be held in May and June, followed by a meeting of the board of directors. Matsuda took over from previous Square Enix president Yoichi Wada in June 2013, and since then, he has overseen the company through various significant changes. In 2013, he led the company through a restructuring, and over the years, the publisher has opened several new studios around the world. Last year, the company sold its Western studios, Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal, to Embracer Group. During his tenure, Matsuda also championed the company's investment in the blockchain space. In his 2023 New Year's letter, he shared that the publisher is currently undergoing a series of changes to focus its businesses and become one Square Enix. While he didn't elaborate on the specifics of this vision, the new leadership will have to continue to pursue it in the future. The change in leadership at Square Enix comes at a time when the video game industry is undergoing a massive transformation. With the growth of cloud gaming and the increasing importance of mobile gaming, game publishers have to adapt their business models to stay relevant. Square Enix has already made several strategic moves to adjust to the changing landscape, such as investing in blockchain technology and divesting its Western studios. As Square Enix continues to navigate the challenges of the gaming industry, the new leadership under Kiryu's guidance will have to chart a path forward for the company. Fans of the publisher's popular franchises, such as Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, will be eagerly watching to see how the company will evolve under the new management. Leaked artwork for Ori 3 has surfaced online, giving fans of the Metroidvania series a glimpse into what could be the next installment of the franchise. According to Twitter user ENIX'S, who claims to have confirmation from multiple sources, Ori 3 is currently in development, but details regarding the developer have yet to be released. Moon Studios was in charge of the development for the previous entries in the Ori series, making it unlikely for another studio to take on Ori 3. ENIX'S has received confirmation from multiple sources, all of which have provided him with the same information about the game's development status. Given the success of the previous 2 Ori games, it seems likely that a third installment would be a no-brainer for all parties involved. However, as with all rumors, it is important to take this one with a grain of salt until there is official confirmation. Fans of the series will undoubtedly be eagerly awaiting any news about Ori 3, and it remains to be seen whether this leaked artwork is an indication of what's to come. According to the latest report by VGC, the next major Xbox first-party titles to be released after Starfield are Avowed and Hellblade 2, while Fable has just entered full production. During the VGC podcast, Editor-in-Chief Andy Robinson confirmed that the development of Avowed and Hellblade 2 is progressing steadily, and they are expected to be the next big releases after Starfield. However, Robinson also stated that Fable is miles away from release, indicating that it could be a while before we get our hands on it. The report further revealed that Fable, which is being developed by Playground Games, has been described as Witcher-like in terms of gameplay mechanics and narrative scope. Playground Games is known for its work on the Forza Horizon series, and Fable is their first foray into the action RPG genre. As for Perfect Dark and Everwild, Robinson stated that neither game is close to release. Perfect Dark, in particular, has been facing some development issues, with rumors suggesting that it will be released after the next Tomb Raider game. The initiative, the Microsoft studio working on Perfect Dark, is headed by Daryl Gallagher, who previously worked on the 2013 Tomb Raider reboot. Phil Spencer, Xbox chief, has described Perfect Dark as an opportunity to expand the Xbox family, with the game featuring a variety of weaponry, devices, and a camera surveillance system. The game is reportedly being developed in Unreal Engine, and is expected to be a reboot of the classic Nintendo 64 game. That's all the news for today, Friday, March 3, 2023. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The links to all the subjects discussed in this video are available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.